All right, Piss and Vinegar day 71. Shoulders. This is going to be weird. Trying to train shoulders and biceps. Obviously, this bicep will not be getting trained. This bicep will be. I'm going to be so fucking conservative with this bicep because I'm terrified of fucking tearing this one now, even though it's so unlikely to happen with weights as a natural. Just on the slightest off chance this one tears whilst this one's torn, it's just that'd be a nightmare. So I'm gonna just do real slow. I mean, everything I'm gonna do is slow reps at the moment. I just got to really make sure I don't get any injuries. So I got a surgery booked in from a week from now. So in 7 days, I'll be getting my bicep reattached, which will be 2 weeks after the fact. Not ideal. Ideally, you get it done like that, but it is what it is when you don't go through private insurance. And I don't know what it's going to cost, but it's annoying because this arm feels it functions now. It's only a week later, and I'm doing everything I want to do, except for bicep curls. But the problem is, I could heal it naturally, and I'll lose 20 to 30 to 40% flexion and supination, and that's just not worth it. So it's like, if I heal it naturally, it's going to heal up really quickly. I can get back into shit really quickly, but then I'm going to have pains and weakness and stuff like that. Or I get the surgery and it's a much longer process of recovery, and I can't work around it because I'm being a sling. I gotta be really, really careful. But in the end, I hopefully get a fully functioning arm. Or they seem to think it's 90 to 95% that you get back, which is, not too bad. But you lose a lot of mobility temporarily or potentially permanently. There's risks. I could fucking cut a nerve and have paralysis of the arm, or cut an artery and bleed out and fucking die, or whatever. There's risks. And the doctor told me today that because it's a public hospital, I'm not going for private, it'll be trainees doing my surgery. So I hope they're giant brain Korean exchange students who are really good at what they do, because I really don't want them fucking up my bicep. But anyway, we'll see what happens. And then, today we're doing shoulders. So I'll just kind of do slow reps with the one arm. How I'm going to hit my anterior deltoid on the left arm, I'm not sure. But this will probably be the second last time I hit shoulders on both arms for quite some time. This feels so awkward doing one sound at a time. Yeah, machines would be great right about now, but what can you do? Okay, well, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here. It's gonna be anything heavier than this is gonna be real hard to stabilize. It's just awkward as shit. But maybe I go up a few more kilos and just do really slow reps to make it harder, more out of less weight, and higher reps, really. So what I'm gonna do for biceps is I'm just gonna do volume. I'm just gonna do, higher reps, blood work. Everything else I'm gonna stick to high intensity because I'm comfortable for doing that. But I'm just so paranoid about this bicep. So, I'm gonna do high reps, lots of blood flow, partials, so don't fully extend the elbow or anything, because this is maybe a bit paranoid. But we'll take this a set to failure if I can. Man, this is hard as shit. Wow, this is hard stabilizing. A lot of stabilizers coming involved. All right, I rest pause that. Whew. Wow, that's weird. It's weird having these one arms at a time, having to stabilize. This is only 25 kilos. Normally I do 40s. Whew. One arm press. I wonder if this will increase shoulder stability, because I have unstable shoulders, and I can really feel that working on my front delt, which tends to like give out quicker on my bench press. All right, straight into it. Oh, fuck, that's hard. Oh, shit. Well, all right. I might even just drop set that. I think part of it is I just feel weak since the injury. Like even if stabilizing wasn't an issue, I don't think I'd be pressing the 40s right now, just because of the trauma on my body. But anyway. Ooh. Wow. All right, well, how I get my left front delt, I've not a clue how I get this one. Because it's like, in order to eliminate the hand, some resistance would have to be there, but that's on my bicep, and it just hurts to the touch. So like, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about the front delt. The front delt might just have to atrophy a little bit, because I really just cannot think of any way of doing it without, if you do like a front raise, the biceps contracting. If I do it without the hand, the pressure's on the biceps. Yeah, I don't know. The front delt might just have to deal with it. So next I'll do some side lateral raises, of which this one I'll do, normal. This one I'll do, I'm not sure yet. I'll get maybe a band and put it across my forearm. Because if I put the band around my forearm and then lift my arm up, I don't know, hold on, give me a second. Let's see if I can figure something out here. All right, so let's try this. I'm gonna try something. Mind you, none of this shit's gonna be possible when I have the sling on, just because of how important it will be to not re-tear my bicep. Right now, there's nothing to tear, so there's nothing at risk. If it hurts a little bit, that doesn't matter either. I'm trying to avoid any more damage or pain, but right now, there is none. It's all good. But once that sling's on, once the surgery's done, I'm gonna need probably 2 weeks of just leg days after the fact. So for now, I'm just trying to make the most of it until the surgery happens. This kind of works. I don't feel great, but feels fucking weird. Well, it's hitting the front delt. It's fucking hard. I don't know what the fuck. Dude, the front delt's so weak. Must be all coming from my tricep at this point. Wow. Why is that so hard? Wow, man. I don't know about you guys, but it appears all my pressing strength's coming from my triceps, because when I isolate that and just totally use front delt, that's half weight. So that's 7.5 kilos. Wow, that's incredible. I gotta lower that weight. It's too darn heavy. Maybe I can do some of these exercises even after the surgery. Like, so long as I just figure out a way of making it so the bicep is not contracting at all. Wow, this is quite the front delt movement. Oh man, damn! You want to talk about isolation? This is the thing. My front delt is fucking on fire. Holy shit! You know, it's funny. Yesterday I did traps, right? And I did that like isolation movement where I had the band on my fucking brain's not working. Well, I had the band on my shoulder, or the karate belt on my shoulder, and just did shrugs that way because I can't hold onto it. And my traps are like sore today. Like, I'm just super isolating these muscles by eliminating the hands. So this is legit. Let's do sort of a rest pause, because these are pretty easy going. Like, it's definitely hard. I'm taking it to failure, but it's not necessarily much mechanical strain because it's so light. So I'm trying to, do more rest pauses and drop sets than usual to compensate for the fact that I'm not lifting, 80 kilos over my head. This is like fuck all weight. Oh shit. Okay, light controlled superlaterals, side laterals rather. I just need to be really careful. No injuries. Whew, fuck. Alright, just gonna drop set. So it's no problem with the right, obviously. Now it's just a matter of hitting the left. How I'm gonna do that, I don't know yet. Okay, I'm gonna do it strapped, just because I don't have to fully extend the arm. And yeah, I mean, I can pretty much extend the arm now, actually. There's a lot of function. It's just doesn't attach. But yeah, this will be, again, way more complicated when the surgery happens, and I got to be really diligent with things. But right now I can do some decent amount of stuff. So I'm just gonna, oh shit. Yeah, it's okay. Fuck. Yeah, not too bad. Just gonna rest pause that. That looks fucked up. That looks properly fucked up. Oh, well, side delt hit, no problem. All right, I think my phone might die soon. So I'm just gonna finish up with the biceps. And again, I'm just gonna do like a really high rep, sort of fluff and pump garbage shit, because I'm just super not confident taking biceps to failure right now. I mean, I don't know, we'll see. So I'm gonna kind of do like a partial range of motion just from here to here. I'm not gonna fully extend because that's where that bicep tore. And that's typically where biceps tear is in like a preacher curl, or some dude pulling your arm off the fucking, pulling your arm down so hard your bicep explodes. So I'm just gonna do slow controlled reps in this shorter range of motion. This is only 10 kilos, so I might be here for a while. Okay. I don't know. Seems okay, but not going for total failure. God, you have no idea how badly I just want to like do a crazy grinding set, but I just do not want to risk it. Make it a bit heavier. And yeah, I think the biceps just going to be the only thing that I accumulate muscle damage through volume instead of intensity, because yeah, just don't want to risk it. But everything else, forearms, just everything that I can train, by all means, I'll hit to those high intensity thresholds, no worries. And I might even I might do a bunch of frequency with the bicep actually, like overcompensate for lack of intensity by doing, 3 sessions a week where I do bicep curls. The brachioradialis, I can probably go a bit harder just because I'm less afraid of the brachialis tearing, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's definitely burrowed into me a little bit. And I was listening to Jay Cutler, one of the best bodybuilders of all time, talking about it. And he said he had a hard time overcoming the mentality of, the bicep tear for a while after he tore his. He was like, man, I had a hard time really pushing those thresholds. And it's really, especially shitty for me because my whole thing's high intensity training. I don't like doing reps in reserve. If you got reps in reserve, no worries. But when you're really pushing yourself, there is a higher risk of injury. And it's probably absolutely minuscule considering that I'm natural. But, still. Getting close to failure there. So what I'm going to do when I have the cast, and how I'm going to train until I can move my arms somewhat, because at first you don't want to move your arm at all, because if you, especially extension, you just re-tear the bicep. So I'm going to do like sort of an isometrics experimentation, where I'll just get my girlfriend to push against my front delt, and I'll just internally rotate for like 5 minutes straight or some shit, right? Or I'll do like, internal rotation with her manual resistance or my manual resistance or whatever. And then back would be like, just same thing, like just retract the scapula with her resistance. And, I don't know how I do lats, because the lats require I push down on the elbow and kind of go this way, which, just shouldn't be much movement of the arm. I mean, obviously I'm going to give myself a week or two before I get into any upper body stuff on this side. Doctors typically like a bit of movement because movement heals all, but you don't want to start fucking going crazy with shit. So there'll be a lot of right arm stuff and a lot of leg stuff. I imagine by the end of this, my right arm is going to be quite a bit bigger than my left. My arms, well, my right arm as of right now is 17 inches. Maybe a bit smaller now that I'm, been not training properly. Dog's bargain. But maybe what I'll try and do is get this arm to 18 over this, next 2 or 3 months before I can really get this arm back again. It would be funny. I'll have like one big fuck off arm. It's funny. Also, this arm didn't have tendonitis. This one does. I have like right bicep tendonitis from side pressure training. So now I'm like, is the tendonitis a sign that it's going to tear or whatever? Which is so stupid. That's not how it works. But it's just like, all right, I'll do one more. Actually, I might try something. I wonder if I'm gonna try this set and then I'll try something else also. Wow, that's getting too close to failure. All right. I'm gonna try like a elevated bicep curl. That way there's less tension on the distal bicep tendon, more on the proximal. And by some fuck off reason, the proximal ones tear. Not a huge deal. You get that like cool Popeye tear, and I would still have full function of my arm. Probably wouldn't even need surgery. So on the off chance I did tear, I'd rather be up there. I'll see how this goes. Yeah, this is easier on my tendonitis for one, which is less paranoid. And then also, I feel it more of a peak contraction at the top. And just alleviates my anxiety a little bit. It's not perfectly set up, but it's good. I'll do for the brachii. We'll do some brachyradialis.